Okay. Should I
Well,
start?
oh, I was going to introduce you.
Okay.
You need a great introduction. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here to join us for this yoga session, Class of 2024 Families. We're thrilled that you are joining us, and we are so lucky to have recent JCHS alum Yael Homa with us. As I mentioned in the invitation, Yael led our Yoga Tefillah for a few years at JCHS, and I'll let her tell you a little bit more about herself, but we are so lucky to have her leading this session tonight, and I look forward to doing yoga with all of you. Take it away, Yael. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Tigton. So yeah, as she said, I'm Yael. I graduated last year, well, this year. So I just finished my senior year, and next year I'm going to be a freshman at Colorado College. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's tiny. Can you guys hear me? Yeah? Okay. What else? Yeah, I've been doing yoga for a while. I'm a little bit out of practice, but I still remember everything, to be honest. Just with COVID, it's like all the yoga studios are closed. And personally, myself, the whole online thing is a little weird, but I have my own individual practice, so I want to share that with you. And yeah, wait, can people be unmuted? It feels like.
Oh, yeah, I think you have to unmute yourselves.
Hi. Okay.
Good, yeah.
I feel like I'm part of a room. Okay. So, any questions before we get started? No?
How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good? Okay.
Okay. Who has done yoga before? Yes. Okay, awesome. I think I started doing yoga in my first year of high school. There's like a local studio in Larkspur that I go to because I live in Marin. I went to Brandeis Marin. Yeah, I see two people. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get started in crisscross. Hold. Let me lower.
Yael, which is your studio in Larkspur?
What?
Which studio did you used to go to?
Yoga Works. Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna put our palms on our knees and close our eyes and try and let go of anything that's going on and just be here now. Try and notice the sounds around you and how your body is feeling. By tuning into these little things, we can become more in the present because most of the times we're in our heads. But if we're just here listening, feeling, we can come to the present. Okay. So we're going to start in my favorite pose, which is pigeon. So what it is that you swing one of your legs back and one of your legs is forward. Another way to get into the pose is in a lunge, you drop your knee down and you lean forward. And if you want to, you can try and grab your back leg with your left hand if you're on your right side. Otherwise, the other way. And then you release, push up into a push-up position and switch legs. And then you can lean forward again. So there's no name for this type of yoga because I kind of like a hybrid of things. Not doing anything specific, just some poses that I like, keeping it chill. So, and if you want to, grab your back leg with the same arm that's with the leg that extended out. Okay, and then release. We're gonna push back into a push-up position and do a half vinyasa, which is like a flow that is common in yoga, and there's multiple types of vinyasas. It's also a branch of yoga, which is essentially sun salutations, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so push back into plank, and then you're gonna lower slowly onto your stomach area, or you can do knees, chest, chin, which is like the practice way of lowering down. And then you're gonna push up into upward dog, which is this. So your hips are not on the ground. So if your hips were on the ground, that's like seal, but this is up dog. You look up and then push back into downward dog, which is the iconic yoga pose. So you're pushing your heels into the ground, lifting your butt up, extending your shoulders back, pushing your armpits down, and like extending your neck so that it's not scrunched up. You're trying to push like all your weight into your heels, and your fingers are spread wide. Okay. Then you're gonna drop your knees down and do, we're gonna do some cat cows. So when you breathe in, it's cow. You arch your back and look up, and then, wait, I think it'll be easier if I move my mat sideways. So cow, and then cat when you breathe out. So breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat. We're gonna do this 2 more times. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Then you're gonna drop to child's pose. So you drop your butt down, keep your arms extended in front of you, and just drop your forehead to the ground. Then we're gonna come back into hands and knees. Breathe in, extend your right arm up. Can you still hear me when I'm turned? Yeah, okay. And then when you breathe out, it's called thread the needle. So you put your arm through and come into like the same child's pose thing. Then breathe in, extend your arm back up. And then you breathe out and let that go. Breathe in, extending your other arm. And then breathe out, thread the needle. Breathe in, extend it back up. And breathe out, drop it back down. So that's a sequence that I often do in the beginning, just to stretch out your arms. And I don't know, I think with yoga, it's important that you stretch out before you start really getting into a flow. So we're gonna start doing a little more fast pace. So we're gonna learn the full vinyasa. So we're gonna start in plank, and you lower down as you breathe out. And then as you breathe in, up dog. Then you breathe out, down dog. And we're gonna do Namaskari A, which is you breathe out all the way, and then you jump or step to the top of your mat, your feet, into a forward fold. And then you breathe in all the way up. Breathe out, hands to your heart. You can't see me now. Breathe in your hands all the way back up to the sky. And breathe out, forward fold. And then breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, step back into plank. Lower down halfway as you're breathing out. Breathe in, up dog. And then breathe out, down dog. So down dog is like this common base for yoga, and we always end up coming back to it. Okay, and we're gonna try warrior, which is another iconic pose. I'm gonna lift my camera up so you'll be able to see me. Okay, so what you're gonna do is extend your right leg up, step it in between your hands. You're gonna shift your back leg to a 90-degree angle. You're gonna swing your arms up towards like this direction, but you're looking forward, but your chest is out this way. And I like to open my arms out first to open my chest. And then when I feel that, I just swing my hands back down. And then reverse warrior. So you're gonna drop your arm to the back. And come back to warrior 2, which was this one I taught you. Sorry, I have a puppy and my neighbors have 3 dogs. Can you hear me better? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna straighten this front leg. shift our arms forward and drop into a triangle. Okay, and then lift back up. Step to the top of your mat, and we're gonna do the vinyasa again. So breathe in, lift your arms up. Breathe out, hands to heart. Breathe in, lift all the way up. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plank, chaturanga, which is this lowering part. Breathe in, up dog. And breathe out, down dog. Now we're gonna lift up the other leg. So left leg, breathe in, lift it up. And then breathe out, bring it back in between your hands. This way. And come up into your warrior two. So your back leg is perpendicular to your front leg and your heels are aligned. You're looking forward, but your chest is facing this way. Reverse warrior. And then come back here, straighten your front leg, triangle. Well, you want to extend forward first and then triangle. Okay, we're gonna lift back up. Face your feet parallel. We're gonna grab your hips, open up your chest, and fold forward. You can drop your arms to the ground. And then grab your hands behind your back and drop your arms, push them back, kind of, and extend your neck. You don't want your shoulders to be crunched like this. You want it to be long. Breathe in, bring your hands back to your hips. Stand all the way up. Okay, and we're gonna, let's see. Okay, come back into warrior two. Swing your arms down into plank. You're gonna lower all the way down, breathe out. And then bring your hands to right in the middle of your chest. And then you're gonna breathe into low cobra. So you're working your lower back. Like you could lift up your arms and it would do nothing. So you're just breathing in to your lower back and lifting up your body. And then you breathe out, lower back down. And then breathe in like a higher cobra. Breathe out. And then breathe in, breathe out into a downward dog. Breathe in, extend your left leg up. There's a table behind me. Bend your knee, your top leg, so it's like this, but up. And then you're gonna open up your hips. And push this leg back. So wait. Going here, you're up, bend your knee, and drop it back. And then from here, there's a pose I like called Wild Thing. It's not the actual name. It's just what one of the other teachers named it, so we kind of call it that now. You drop it all the way back and extend your arm. So and then come back and extend your other leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hips. And then drop your foot back into Wild Thing. Okay, and then come back to lifting your leg up, bring it down. We're gonna come into child's pose to rest for a second. So breathe in, breathe out, relax deeper. Okay. What's the time check? Okay, wait, I see it.
5:27.
Okay, awesome, we're good. Come to your stomach. And we're gonna come into diamond pose to open up our hips. So you're gonna lift your legs up, open your knees wide, and then push your feet down. For a lot of people, it might look like this. I just have oddly flexible hips because you want your hips to stay on the ground. If you don't feel it and you're with a partner, have one person push down on your feet very gently. Okay, and we're gonna push back into froggy. So you lift your hips up so that they're perpendicular to your knees, and you can try and even push back a little farther so that it's like another stretch for your hips or yeah. So either here or pushing more towards your feet. Okay, we're gonna swing back forward onto our stomachs. Push up into up dog and back into down dog. From here, you're gonna step your right leg forward and then lift up your left leg. This is warrior 3, and you can bring your hands to your heart if you want to. And drop your foot back Lift up your arms. Keep your back leg 45-degree angle and your heels are aligned. Lift up to warrior one. So your chest is facing forward. So it's like, and then you're gonna come back down, plank. You can do a vinyasa, so that's like the lowering down, upward dog, downward dog, or just push into down dog. You're gonna step your left leg forward in between your arms, hands, and lift up your back leg. Step your hands a bit forward. You can bring your hands to your heart if that's an option for you. Okay, and then step back down. Lift up into warrior one on this side. Lower back down. Plank, down dog, or vinyasa. Step your feet into the front of your mat. Forward fold. And then breathe in. Instead of going all the way up, you're going to lift into a chair pose. So you're going to bend your knees, lift your chest up, and extend your arms up. Lower back down to forward fold. And we're going to try a balancing pose. I'm going to give two options. So one is, what's the name of it? I forget the name, but you're bending your elbows and resting your knees on them, and you're lifting your feet up. So that's for a more advanced pose. And then another option is gonna be tree. So one foot either at your ankle or at your thigh, but not your knee, because that's bad for your knee. And you're gonna lift up your arms. So if you want to do the hand bouncing pose, do that, or tree. Or if you want to do a more advanced version of tree, you can extend your leg out. So and some people even like to grab their toe here. Okay. For those doing tree, switch. Oh, it's crow. For those doing crow, you can try and do a side crow, which is putting both of your knees forward, your arms still facing the front of your mat, and you're resting them on one elbow and lifting up like that. Okay. We're all gonna meet in mountain pose. So that is just facing forward in front of your mat with your feet hip widths apart, hands spread out at your sides, shoulders down, spine straight, looking forward. Now we're going to do another vinyasa. So breathe in to the top and breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, lift up, halfway. Breathe out, bring your hands back down, step to plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin are all the way down. Like a push-up. And up dog, down dog. And then child's pose. Okay, and now we're gonna come onto our backs and hug your knees into your chest. Extend your left leg down and continue hugging your right knee into your chest. And you're gonna extend your right leg and flex your foot. And if you can, grab your foot and drop your foot to the right side if you're holding your right foot. And you want to try and keep both your hips on the ground. So if that means keeping your foot this height, then do that. Okay, bring it back up. Bend your knee and drop your knee to the left. This time you're bringing your hip all the way up, opening up your other arm and kind of twisting your chest into the opposite side. You're trying to ground your shoulder into the ground. The left one. I mean right one. Sorry, I'm bad with rights and lefts. Okay, extend your leg back down. Hug your left knee into your chest. Extend that leg. Flex your foot. And drop that leg all the way to the left. If you can, keep grabbing your foot. You want to keep your hips on the ground. If not, you can grab right here. Hug your knee back in. Drop your knee to the right side. Open up your left arm. You're looking towards this hand. And come back, hug your legs back in. And we're gonna do bridge pose or wheel. So bridge is you put your feet down, pretend like there's like, do you guys know what a yoga block looks like? This is a yoga block. So this is its width. Pretend like one of these is in between your knees, so your knees aren't touching. And you're gonna extend your hips up, grab your hands, and you wanna roll your shoulders under you, like that. And then those who want to stay there can. If not, you can try a wheel, which is that you put your hands by your head, and you extend your back all the way up, like this. So if someone here does gymnastics or dance, it's actually a little different than that kind of bridge, because usually in gymnastics or dance, you have your knees straight, but in yoga, you want your limbs to carry equal weight. Yeah, and then come all the way down. And then at the end of a yoga practice, we do something called Savasana, which is essentially like lying on your back with your arms up, face up, and just close your eyes for a couple minutes and soak in what we did. And you're gonna hug your knees back in and drop them to the right side.
Ethan, we're finishing up. Why don't you come finish up?
Then come to seated position, slowly, not as fast as I did it. And then we bring our hands to our heart. We bow to each other, namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you had a great time. So I just can I talk a little about tefillah?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I led yoga tefillah. So essentially the first block of the day from 8:15 to 8:45, or sometimes to 9 if it was like an extended tefillah, meaning like there was an important holiday, and then the Orthodox service goes longer, so they extend all of Tefillah. So sometimes we get that. In the mornings, usually we're pretty tired because, I mean, waking up early is hard. So usually what I did was pretty mellow, kind of like what we just did. Or sometimes people had a lot of energy and we did that. It's around the same block that we just had. So kind of a good intro, except not the right time. Yeah, so I did yoga tefillah pretty much every tefillah except for like, well, my freshman year we did, we were required to do Siddur based. So I did that my freshman year. And then sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, I basically just did yoga tefillah. And I led that from like mid sophomore year through senior year, minus a couple quarters. Yeah, so it's definitely highly recommend stepping up and leading something because that's where you're going to grow in high school, and your teachers are always going to be there to support you. I don't know. JCHS to me was like just an amazing community, and like it felt like home, and I'm going to miss it so much. It's like honestly like a big family, and I think you guys are all going to love it. Yeah, if you guys have questions about that, then yeah, you can ask me.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you so much, Yael. That was beautiful and really, really needed. And maybe you can make some guest appearances throughout the year. You're not going too far, and you'll always have a home at JCHS. We really appreciate you taking time to spend with us tonight, and I hope all of you that participated enjoyed it and are feeling a little bit calmer. I'm excited to announce for you that we have some basketball clinics coming up. Ethan, come back in the screen. We're going to be sending out an email tomorrow. We have 3 clinics coming up the next 3 Wednesdays at 4:30. So be on the lookout tomorrow for invitations for that. And hopefully you all received the invitation for the Challah Bake that's coming up on the 31st. Hopefully you and your families can join us. Ethan, did you hear that about the basketball clinics? So as always, if any of you have questions or are curious about things, anything JCHS, let us know. We've got a lot of things planned and coming up. Our student government, our Knesset, is planning something for your grade. And the student life team is planning something for your retreat. Your senior buddies are busy at work. So please know that you're always in our thoughts, and we are so excited to get the school year started and keep connecting with you. So we look forward to seeing you next time. And thank you again, Yael.
Thank you, Yael. Thanks, everyone.
Felt so good. Thank you.